So today we are going to discuss about malaria. Malaria, the name is derived from Italian word mal area, means bad air. The human malaria is caused by one of the protozoan parasites, and normally the following parasites, these five species of the same Plasmodium family is causing malaria, and the human malaria is caused by Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malariae, and Plasmodium noelsi. Malaria is transmitted through the bite of an infected female Anopheles mosquito. So, as seen in the life cycle of the malarian parasite showing in the figure, the malarian parasite is having two phases in its life cycle. One is a asexual phase in the human body, which is known as schizogeny, and the other phase is the sexual phase, which is in the mosquito, and it is known as porogeny. And here we can see the malarian parasite cell cycle. When an infected malaria bite a human body or bite a human who is uninfected, the sporozoids from the malarian infected mosquito will be enter into the bloodstream of the human, and through that blood this malarian parasites called sporozoids will be reaches to the hepatic cell of the human, and inside the hepatic cell these sporozoids will be called as merozoids, and these merozoids will be grow and become mature inside the liver cells, and after becoming matured liver schizone, this will release into the blood cell, our human RBC cells, and these merozoids will be enter into the RBC, and inside the red blood cell this sporozoids or this malarian parasites is known as tropnozoids, and these tropnozoids after becoming mature inside the RBC, it will release into the bloodstream and it will be releases as gametes, female gamete and male gamete of this malarian parasite. And when a uninfected mosquito bite a infected human being, these gametocytes, both female and male, will be injected into the mosquito through the blood what it sucks from the human body, and this parasite, these gametes will fuse inside the mosquito body of the mosquito, and it will form a microgamete. This microgamete will grow to the macrogamete, which will forms the zygote, and again this zygote will make the ookinete, and it will grow as oocyte, and this oocyte, this cyst will burst, and again the sporozoids will be released into the mosquito's salivary gland, and again when this mosquito bites a human being who is uninfected, through this salivary gland the malarian sporozoids will be reaching again to the liver cells of the human. Okay, this is the life cycle of the mosquito. And the early symptoms, regarding the signs and symptoms of the malaria, the early symptoms or first symptoms of the malaria were fever, headache, chills and vomiting. Usually it will be appear 10 to 15 days after a person is infected, and if not treated promptly with effective medicine, malaria can cause severe illness and if often fatal. So, the malarian signs and symptoms has been divided into three stages. First stage is known as cold stage, second stage is hot stage, and the third stage is sweating stage. In first stage, the chills for 15 minutes to 1 hour will be occurring, caused due to the rupture of the host red cells escape into the blood and present with nausea, vomiting and headache. And in the second stage, which is hot stage, the fever may reach up to 40 degrees Celsius and may last for several hours and start invading newer red cells. And in the last stage, in the third stage, sweating stage, the patient starts to sweating, and in case of Plasmodium malariae, the pyrexia may last up to 8 hours or more, and the temperature may exceed 41 degrees Celsius in this stage. So, the common signs and symptoms or clinical manifestations of the malaria are fever, chills, sweats, headache, nausea and vomiting, body ache and general malaise.